My name is Jeanine Niemoller, and I graduated with both my bachelor's and my master's degree from the University of Wyoming School of Nursing. My passion is clearly care of the elderly. I love to be around older people. I love to see families of patients that are elderly. I totally love the way families interact. I love to engage elderly people and in talking about their stories because you can learn so much. The interesting thing is, when I started this school, my expectation was that I would be in maternal child health. And by the time I graduated with my bachelor's, I was leaning toward caring for older adults. A memorable time that I had during my nursing education at UW was my very first clinical rotation. The nurse that was my clinical instructor was Dorothy Tupper, and Dorothy Tupper should be remembered as a total advocate for the elderly. And one of her assignments for us was that we were to write in a journal at the end of each clinical day what had gone well, what you needed to improve on, and what your learning should be. I apparently wrote, "I will never," and I had it underlined multiple times, "work in a nursing home." And Dorothy Tupper spoke to me as a student and told me how important care of the elderly was. But about 5 years later, when I became the director of nursing in a nursing home, she came directly over to talk to me and she said, "Do you remember?" And I had actually forgotten that I had written that I would never work in a nursing home. And I've always smiled and thought about that. I ran home the very day that she came over and looked for that journal and found it, and I still have it. 35 years later, I still have that journal with those words, "I will never work in a nursing home." One of the most important things that I can remember in my career is that I've had the opportunity to be a published nurse twice, very early in my career. And the reason that occurred for me is that I had mentoring from staff here at the University of Wyoming School of Nursing. The first opportunity was clear back in 1990, about 5 years after I'd started working at the nursing home. And I had done some nursing research on patients with Alzheimer's disease. And I was intrigued by all of the things that I saw happening and came back to the School of Nursing. And there was a nursing instructor here whose name was Sharon Humanick, and she mentored me and encouraged me. And the first thing she made happen for me was that I was allowed to present at a research conference in Colorado my findings in this research study that I'd done. And following that, I applied and was allowed to publish that in Geriatric Nursing. The title of the article was "A Change of Pace for Alzheimer's Patients," and I'm very proud of that. And that it didn't end there. Then when I was here at the university working on my master's, I did my thesis again on older folks and had yet another instructor, Betty Ide, and she also encouraged me, and I was able to get part of my thesis published in the Texas Journal of Rural Health. And those things make me very proud of my work as a nurse. I believe that you will learn from the very first day you go to work as a nurse till the very last day you work as a nurse, and probably beyond that. I believe that if we close ourselves and believe that we finally learned everything we need to know, we've done ourselves a huge disservice. And what I hope is that nurses will be open to learning their entire life, because I know that in fact makes your career much more enjoyable for you. Because I recently retired after 35 years. And when I think back on the 35 years, I realized that, number one, I had such an excellent education and support throughout my entire career from the University of Wyoming School of Nursing. And that my success, in part, belongs to all of the things that I learned here and all of the support I got from nursing instructors here. And I only hope that I was able to take that support and do the very best for the patients that I take care of, and do it in a way that would make the University of Wyoming School of Nursing proud of me.